Three armored black Suburbans with diplomatic plates pulled into the Phoenix Elementary School bus loop on an ordinary Monday morning. The plates were metallic gray with blue lettering, diplomatic credentials that didn't belong outside a school. A black man in a tailored navy three-piece suit stepped out of the middle vehicle, flanked by two darker-suited security men.
I need to speak with Mrs. Williams. Which classroom is she in?
Sir, who are you? I need to check you in at the office.
That can wait. Point me to her room. Now.
The principal, caught off guard, raised his arm and pointed down the hallway without another word. The man in the navy suit walked with purpose, his security detail behind him, and the school hallway fell silent. Inside her classroom, Donna Williams clutched a manila folder to her chest, a knot forming in her stomach as she saw the silhouette approach. She had no idea who this man was, or that he had come because of a boy named Lucas. The father and his security men stopped outside room 104. The principal, pale and flustered, pushed the door open.
Mrs. Williams, there's an important visitor here to see you. He wouldn't wait.
This man is not from the district. Why is he here? And why does he look at me like that?
Donna Williams, I apologize for arriving unannounced.
That's me. But you need to tell me who you are.
That can wait. I need to speak with you about a boy, Lucas.
Lucas. Something is wrong with him. Please. Not that child.
Please, it's urgent. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't.
What happened? Tell me he's okay.
The man didn't answer. His dark eyes held hers, and in that moment, Donna realized whatever he wanted about Lucas, it would not be simple. 4 months earlier, on a cold November morning, Donna Williams taught her special education class. Lucas, 11 and nonverbal, sat in the second row. His eyes followed the recess bell with growing dread. At recess, older boys cornered him. One pointed at his teeth and laughed, while Lucas covered his mouth. His teeth were severely overcrowded, jutting at harsh angles. He hadn't smiled since first grade. After the bell, Donna found him alone in a hallway corner, glasses fogged, silent tears on his cheeks.
Lucas, sweetheart. No one's going to hurt you now. I am here.
That evening, Donna sat in Evelyn's living room. The grandmother's voice cracked from exhaustion.
Mrs. Williams, I can't afford braces. The state says no. He cries every night, and I can't fix it.
$5,000. That's what this bully cycle will cost to break. He didn't choose this.
Donna didn't know how yet, but she knew she would find a way. She had to. Donna called 3 orthodontists that week. The third, Dr. Chen, gave her a number, $5,800. She sat at her kitchen table and filled out a personal loan application, the interest rate climbing past 12%.
This will take years to pay back, but his smile is worth it. His childhood is worth it.
On December 4th, she walked Lucas into Dr. Chen's office and signed the consent forms.
Lucas, I am going to put on some ceramic brackets now. They'll be almost invisible. Just stay very still for me.
Lucas flinched as the first bracket was cemented, but he didn't make a sound. Donna held his hand. 40 minutes later, the orthodontist handed him a mirror. Lucas raised it slowly, then his eyes widened. For the first time in 3 years, the corners of his mouth lifted. Not a smile yet, but the promise of one.
It's done. He sees it. Whatever comes next, this moment was worth every penny.
But as Lucas admired his reflection, Donna's phone buzzed with the first loan payment reminder. The cost had just begun. On the 18th of December, Lucas looked up from his desk and let a real smile spread across his face. The other kids saw those ceramic brackets and suddenly had nothing to mock. The bullying ended. He began to raise his hand in class. He drew a picture for the whole group, a bright sun with a wide, crooked smile. But while Lucas's world was opening, Donna Williams was quietly drowning.
Tutoring 2 extra nights a week now. That covers this month. Barely.
A teacher stopped her in the hallway and asked why she looked so pale.
Just a cold. Nothing to worry about.
But that night, alone in her apartment, the weight of the interest statements broke through.
They need me. Lucas needs me. This loan is just paper.
She had no way of knowing that the orthodontic billing line had already been flagged by an attorney working for a man she had never met. In a diplomatic office in Geneva, David Asante stared at a photograph of a newborn. He had held this picture for 7 years. The mother had told him the baby died at birth in 2014. During a custody dispute she couldn't afford to fight. But last month, during a medical trip to Arizona, routine extended family paternity testing had flagged an anomaly. A match, an 11-year-old boy named Lucas, enrolled in a Phoenix elementary school. David's heart stopped.
My son is alive. For 7 years I mourned a child who was never gone.
Within hours, David hired Miss Beck, a Phoenix attorney who specialized in international custody disputes.
Mr. Asante, the school enrollment records confirm a boy named Lucas, age 11, resides with his grandmother. I'll need to investigate delicately.
Find out everything. Who has been caring for him? And why does the school's account show orthodontic charges paid by a teacher?
Miss Beck pulled the line item, orthodontic services, billed personally to D. Williams, teacher. That name would soon lead a convoy of armored suburbans to a classroom in Phoenix, where Donna Williams still had no idea any of this was happening. Miss Beck pulled the lending record next. A $5,800 personal loan in the name of Donna Williams, taken out at 12% interest.
She paid for your son's braces with borrowed money. The interest is predatory. She's been working extra shifts to cover it.
A stranger gave my boy his smile, while I grieved a child I thought was dead. I am going to Phoenix. Not a letter, not a call. I owe her everything. I need to meet her face to face.
Within 36 hours, a private jet stood fueled on the tarmac in Geneva. The flight plan filed as urgent family affairs. David boarded with his 2 security men, carrying only a briefcase and the paternity report that had rewritten his past. They landed at Phoenix Sky Harbor an hour before dawn. The desert air was cool and dry. 3 armored black Suburbans waited at the private terminal, engines humming, the convoy already in formation. They drove east on I-10 as the sun rose behind them, the city waking, none of its residents knowing what was about to unfold. At 8:15 that Monday morning, the Suburbans turned into the school bus loop, and Donna Williams rose from her desk. Still in the dark, Donna Williams arrived early, as always. She graded papers in her quiet classroom. The principal's phone rang at 8:12. A diplomat was at the front, refusing to give his name.
Mrs. Williams, a man with security is here for you. Do you know why?
Security? I have no idea. What did they say?
The principal shook his head. Donna walked to the window, clutching her manila folder. 3 armored Suburbans idled in the bus loop below. Their diplomatic plates gleamed in the sun.
Foreign plates, bulletproof glass. This isn't a parent conference.
Her knuckles whitened around the folder. Inside were the loan documents, $5,800 she'd borrowed for Lucas. She had told no one. But now, as a man in a navy suit stepped out, the secret pulsed in her hands. The principal rushed to intercept him. Donna stayed frozen, her heart slamming, still not knowing. The principal's protests died in the hallway. The man in the navy suit didn't break stride. He stepped into the classroom, his 2 security men pausing at the door. and then he spoke.
Mrs. Williams, my name is David Asante, and I owe you more than I can ever express.
He knows about the braces. How does he know?
Lucas is my son. His mother told me he died at birth. I only learned the truth last month.
Donna's legs nearly gave out. The folder trembled in her hands.
I saw the billing records. You took out a loan to give my boy his smile. Please, tell me what you need. I will pay every cent of that debt.
Donna stared at him, the world rearranging itself. The secret was out, but the debt was still hers.
He thinks this is about money, but it never was. Mr. Asante, I didn't take out that loan for a check. I did it because Lucas deserved one person who wouldn't give up on him. If you want to help, do something that lasts. Something that helps other kids like him who can't afford to stop being bullied. I want you to petition for shared guardianship with his grandmother. Not take him away. Become someone he can trust and visit him every 2 months, here in my classroom. He needs consistency. He needs to see you show up.
She isn't asking for money. She's asking me to be his father, whatever it takes. I'll call my attorney now. The grant, the guardianship, the visits, all of it.
And just like that, a teacher who had been silently drowning in debt traded a personal check for a promise that could outlive them both.
The loan payments will still be there tomorrow, but tonight, Lucas has a father who knows his name.
Donna set the folder on her desk. The weight hadn't lessened, but now it belonged to something larger than herself. Outside the door, the security men waited. Inside, 2 strangers had just become the beginning of a family's second chance. Miss Beck drafted the guardianship papers, the legal terms urgent but cold.
The grandmother must sign. She needs to know this doesn't take Lucas away.
David and Donna brought the papers to Evelyn. She stared at them, frozen.
I am not here to steal him. I want to be his father, not a stranger.
He came with guards, but he sounds broken. Maybe he's telling the truth. If Donna trusts you, I'll sign. But she stays in my grandson's life.
Evelyn signed. The ink dried, and the room seemed to breathe again.
The grant is next. But the board will see a diplomat, not a desperate father.
Donna and David drafted the grant proposal, crafting each line like a shield. Donna stared at the proposal. The board meeting was 2 days away, and no convoy could help her now. The school board room was packed with faces Donna couldn't read. She stood at the podium.
This grant is funded by a diplomat, Mrs. Williams. Why would a foreign attaché care about our orthodontia bills?
He's a father who just learned he has a son. He wants to stop the kind of bullying Lucas endured.
And what's in it for you? Teachers don't arrange grants without some benefit.
He's accusing me of corruption. The loan I am still paying is the only benefit I've gotten.
I've seen colleagues take kickbacks. The district will investigate if this seems improper.
Then investigate. I took out a personal loan to pay for Lucas's braces. I've got nothing to hide.
The room fell silent. Several board members looked at each other.
We'll vote at next week's session. This board isn't going to rubber stamp anything.
Donna walked out. No one on that board knew about the loan payment she'd make next week. The board reconvened the following week. On the large screen, David Asante appeared from Geneva.
I pledge $200,000 to seed this grant. No child should suffer as my son did.
2 undecided board members exchanged looks and nodded slowly. The room shifted. The vote was called. In a tense silence, the chair read aloud, 4 in favor, 3 against. Donna gripped the podium edge, waiting for the final word. The grant was approved. The Lucas Smile Orthodontic grant now existed. Donna collapsed into a chair, burying her face in her hands, tears slipping through.
I'll visit Lucas every 2 months. I'll be there in your classroom, just as you asked.
He actually did it. The grant exists. Now Lucas has to meet his father.
The room applauded, but Donna only heard the echo of his promise. The real test was ahead. The following Tuesday, David Asante returned without his guards. The armored vehicles idled at the curb, but inside room 104, he was just a father waiting to meet his son. Lucas sat in his usual seat, spinning a crayon between his fingers. He stilled when the tall stranger entered, his dark eyes wary.
Hello, Lucas. I brought you something. A plane. When I was small, my father gave me one.
He set the wooden plane on Lucas's desk and waited, motionless, not crowding him.
Don't push. He needs to trust you first.
Lucas, he traveled a very long way. He's here because you are important.
Lucas's hand crept forward. One finger touched the propeller, then he pulled the plane into his lap. In the corner of the classroom, Evelyn pressed a tissue to her lips, her shoulders shaking with silent sobs. When David finally turned to leave, Lucas lifted one arm, a quick, sideways press against his father's side. Not an embrace, but a beginning.
The loan payment was still due next Friday, but tonight, that balance didn't feel like the only one.
The months turned. Every 2 months, David walked through room 104 alone, and Lucas began to wait for him. Lucas tapped more words on his AAC device and laughed out loud during lunch, a sound that still made Donna stop and listen. The grant processed its first 4 applications. Children who had never smiled now had appointments. The letter from the bank read, "Your personal loan, account ending 2087, has been satisfied in full." Donna's fingers went cold. The $5,800 balance showed 0.
I didn't make that last payment. This can't be real.
She thought of the man in the navy suit who never mentioned money again.
He paid it. The debt I told him not to touch.
She held the letter until the ink blurred, then placed it in the manila folder. She never asked him. Some gifts are not meant to be repaid. 2 years later, Lucas walked through the middle school hallway with a confidence that had been planted in a dentist's chair. His braces were gone, his smile effortless. The grant named after him had paid for 9 other children to receive orthodontic care. Their thank you notes filled a folder on Donna's desk.
I still have the loan payoff letter. I never thanked him for it. Maybe I never need to.
David Asante still flew back from Geneva every 2 months. Lucas now tapped his father's arm in greeting, a silent code they both understood. When the graduation announcement arrived, Lucas brought it to Donna's classroom, tapping the date on his AAC device.
I'll be there, sweetheart, in the back row, but I'll be there.
That evening, she took out the loan payoff letter and pinned it inside her jacket, pressing the folded paper flat against the lining. The school auditorium stage was set, the podium empty, the chair and banners waiting. On the morning of graduation, the now familiar 3 Suburbans pulled into the bus loop. Donna straightened her jacket. The letter rested squarely over her heart. Lucas took his diploma, his straight-toothed smile beaming. No shadow of the boy who once hid his mouth. David Asante rose from his seat, fists clenched, shouting his son's name until his voice broke. Evelyn clutched a white flower, her shoulders shaking with the weight of 8 years of praying. From the back row, Donna pressed her palm to her jacket, feeling the loan payoff letter beneath the fabric. After the ceremony, Lucas scanned the crowd until his eyes locked with his father's. Lucas sprinted across the auditorium floor and threw his arms around his father's neck. David Asante dropped to his knees, pulling his son tight, tears streaming. In the back row, Donna watched with a hand pressed to her heart. The folded letter crinkled beneath her touch.
Every sacrifice, every hidden payment, every moment of doubt, All of it was in that embrace.
The auditorium blurred around them. For a few seconds, only a father and his son existed. The crowd filtered out. David Asante crossed the empty auditorium toward the one person he'd never properly thanked.
Mrs. Williams, I've said this before, but standing here today, looking at my son, I have no words.
You had actions. In my classroom every 2 months. That's better than words.
She pulled the worn loan payoff letter from her jacket and held it between them.
I got your gift. I didn't know how to say thank you without making it less.
Justice, not a gift. The one debt I could erase. You carried the real one.
Her eyes glistened. The secret between them no longer needed to be hidden.
You gave him back to himself. That's worth more than any money, any loan.
David pressed her hand, then walked toward Lucas, who waited by the stage. Donna refolded the letter, tucked it inside her jacket, and stood alone in the empty auditorium. A local newspaper featured the Lucas Smile Grant. 9 children now smile confidently. Below, a photo of Donna and David. A social media post read, "My daughter doesn't hide her mouth anymore. This teacher saved her." Donna scrolled through comments in her classroom. Each one felt like a receipt for a debt she never knew was being repaid. In her classroom, she pointed to the grant poster. 10 names now listed, the newest in fresh ink. The armored Suburbans still came, but now they were just his ride. No mystery left, only family. Lucas and his father walked across the field, the convoy idling nearby. Just a backdrop now. The grant became routine. Applications opened each semester. No one questioned it anymore. A banner hung in the auditorium. Lucas's Smile Orthodontic Grant. Beneath it, a schedule of upcoming interviews.
$5,800. That's what a smile cost. And now it was free for every child who needed it.
The bus loop was quiet. The Suburbans had gone, but the grant board on the wall would outlast them all. After school, Donna sat alone in her classroom, a small cardboard box open on her desk. She placed the loan payoff letter inside, the paper still creased from the day she pinned it to her jacket. Next, she laid Lucas's old drawing of the smiling sun on top, the one she'd kept since he first grinned in this room.
Every child I ever taught is in this box. And all it cost was a smile.
She walked to the window and looked down at the bus loop. It was empty now, the Suburbans long gone. $6,000 and a teacher who refused to let a child suffer in silence. Some of the bravest acts are the ones no one ever hears about. But maybe, this once, the world needed to hear.
A smile is the only debt worth carrying.
She closed the box and stood for a moment longer, watching the bus loop where a convoy once changed everything. Lucas and his father walked across the school field, hand in hand, their laughter carrying across the empty lawn. David pointed toward the waiting Suburbans and laughed. The armored vehicles were just their ride now. They climbed into the middle, Suburban together. No guards in sight, only a son and his father. The convoy pulled away slowly, its once menacing silhouette now a familiar shape against the desert sky. Inside the school lobby, a polished metal plaque now hung on the wall. It read, "Lucas's Smile Orthodontic Grant, established by D. Williams and D. Asante." Beneath it, a schedule of upcoming grant interviews, filled for the next semester. Outside, the bus loop was empty again. The world had moved on, but the change had already been planted, and somewhere on I-10, a father and son were laughing in the back seat of an armored car. The grant board on the wall outlasted the convoy, and the smiles it created would outlast everything. Buried inside the loan payoff letter, Beneath the bank's dry language was a folded sheet of notebook paper. It was written in a child's unsteady scrawl, the letters large and pressed hard into the page. "Thank you, Mrs. Williams. You gave me my smile." Lucas had slipped it into her desk the day his braces were removed, when he was still shy about his new smile. Donna had kept it hidden there, folded into the letter, because some gifts aren't meant to be displayed. She never planned for anyone to find out. She never needed them to, but sometimes the biggest secrets are the ones the world needs to hear, because a smile, once given, never really leaves. $6,000. One teacher. A boy who finally saw himself. 64. Special ed teacher bought braces for a bullied boy.